In this video, we're going to be talking about mitigation, and essentially, what mitigation is, by definition, is like reducing the severity of something. But I believe it was in the first video, we spoke about banks and institutions and how they manipulate price, right? So, understanding what I taught you previously about liquidity, we can now identify where there are liquidity points in the market. So, for example, here we have your retail trading double bottom chart pattern, right? So let's say we have this double bottom, and people usually tend to buy off of the right the right shoulder, right? So if you go into, like, for example, if we go into baby pips, double bottom, what they'll tend to teach you is, let's load this up. So what they'll tend to teach you is you have one top, two top, and then you have your neckline here, and you just short price, and that's how you make your move, right? See, top, top, short price, and then you have your price drop down. And the same way it works for double bottoms. You have two bottoms, you buy off the bottom, and price moves upwards. Now, let me tell you why that may not always be the case, right? So you have your liquidity below here, right? This red area marks your liquidity. We have people who are buying these double bottom patterns. All these retail traders flushing the market, buying the double bottom pattern, right? Now price moves in their favor. Fine, fair enough, right? You also have people who put their sell stops here, below price. So what they do is they anticipate, right? They anticipate a breakout to the downside, right? A return to their order, and then price drops lower. So what they do is this. So price is trending like this, right? Comes back up, down. They anticipate a breakout. They anticipate for price to come back into the entry and then drop, right? Or they just anticipate for price to just come straight through, breakout, activate their order, and then drop, right? But that's now two different forms of orders that you have below there. You have your sell stops and you have your buy orders here, but also you have your buying sell stops, like I mentioned before. So what what these institutions tend to do is they know that retail traders buy off of this right shoulder. They buy off of this bottom, and they essentially give them hope and allow the market to move freely upwards, right? And right after, as soon as the market has strong buying pressure, they step in and they sell the market, right? They short, rushing the market down, right? So when they do that, let me just put these back. So when they do that, just put these here, and you have your sell stops as well. People who are anticipating the breakout. Let me just put this a bit higher. So you have your people anticipating that breakout to the downside. You have your sell orders below price. So what they do is they flush price down, right? Buyers are now in drawdown. They spike their stop loss, but at the same time, they activate these sell orders. They activate these sell stops. So now they've triggered a load of retail traders sell stops. Now a lot of people are now in sell positions, right? And what they've also done is, through this sharp volatile move downwards, through this move here, they've now enticed retail traders who just trade what they see. They just have enticed them into sell positions because now they think, oh, price is now going to move downwards. Oh, fear of missing out. They just sell. They just sell, right? So now not only have they captured liquidity of the buyers, but they've also activated these sell stops and enticed a load of sellers on the way. But what they do now is that, since price is now in a highly discounted market, they rush price back up. Do you understand? So now all these sell orders that they've activated and all these sellers that they've enticed, they've all now been stopped out too. So how you can capitalize off this is that understanding that these double bottoms have liquidity below them, you can identify, like I said before in the first video, footprints that institutions have left in the past to help you capitalize off this. So when they make this move, right, what happens is they have to buy, so they have to sell price to buy, but they can't close these sell orders. Otherwise, the market will whiplash and it will be unbalanced. They can't just sell, close their sales, and then just buy. Like you'll see huge spikes because, like I said, they do their orders with millions of lot sizes, right? So, give me a second. Yeah. So essentially, when they sell, right? So let's say they've sold, and this is your bearish candle because they've sold, right? They buy right after, they buy, right? This is your buy candle. Now, because they sold here, right? Because they sold, and then they bought here at this premium price, they're now in drawdown. Their sell order is still active. Their sell orders are still open. Because why? The market will whiplash. They're only allowed to move the market a certain amount a week. So they can't, like, legally they're not allowed to whiplash the market like that. So what happens is they wait for price to retrace back down, right? And they break even on their sell orders. So when price comes back down to their sell price, to their sell candle here, let me just here, they break even. They close these sell orders and hedge into their positions. So slowly, they close these sell positions, right? And they hedge into their positions. They add more buying orders. So what you'll see is that price will come back up. They would have closed their orders here, so they're no longer in drawdown and they're not losing anymore. And the market will now move higher from here. This candle is the footprint that they would have left that will help you identify the manipulation and it will help you take the trade alongside them. So, just to explain this again, they would have sold here, pushed price back up because they want to buy. Now they're in drawdown because of this sell and they don't want to lose. Banks don't want to lose. So they come back down and now they're not in drawdown anymore. They will break even, they will close, they will not make a loss or an extremely small loss, and they'll add onto their buying orders. And then what you tend to see is price move upwards. And how you can capitalize off this is understand that they come right to the open or the 50% of this candle. So they come to the open or the 50% of that candle. So sometimes you can anticipate price coming to the 50%. And why the 50% is because the average volume, or sorry, the average orders in the candle is at the open and the 50%. Write this down. Average orders in the candle is at the open and the 50%. And when I go into sponsored, this is a sponsored candle essentially. But I'm going to go more into sponsored candles later. But your average order in the candle is at the 50%. This video essentially is sponsorship candles. But I more want to talk about the logic behind it, right? So price will come back down, mitigate, and this is how you take your move. This is how you take your precise move because you understand the logic behind the trade. So that's how you have your stop loss below the candle because you know if price reversed below that this is all invalid, right? That's how you have your 4.8 pip stop and your nice risk to reward ratio, right? this will continue on, and you'll have your nice 4 pip stop loss, and price will continue to go higher. You would have taken a trade alongside these institutions. Sorry, give me a second. Yep, that's essentially all I have to really talk about. Um, I'm gonna go more into the entry techniques in the future videos. So just understand that this here is the logic behind it. If you don't really understand this, feel free to message me, uh, drop me a message on Telegram or drop me an email. I'll reply to you as soon as I can. But this is a very, very important uh, concept to understand. And let me just show you like a quick example, right? So we had double top here, right? Of this high here was not this is live. This is literally price. You can see price moving. This is uh sorry, give me a second. Yeah, this is all happening right now. So you saw that this high here, sorry, this high here wasn't purged. So these are equal highs, right? So whoever was selling here, right, their sells are still active. So let's say we shorted price here, right? We've now been stopped out. You see that? We were stopped out. And then there were people who were anticipating a buy, right? And now should price come back up, they'll be stopped out too. Their buy orders will be activated. And if you look at this candle here, sometimes you don't have a you can't have full body, so you can use the wick of the last candle. So here, that's how you take the order. Do you see that? Like so. You can't make this up. This is literally live. You would have had your stop loss above, let's see, even if it was above this high, 3.8 pip stop loss. Let's have this at this break, this last point of structure here. That's 4% trade. And this is on the 1 minute time frame. That would be a 4% trade. And look at the accuracy of the concept. Literally pinpoint wick. You can't get more accurate than that. And that's literally how you use this concept, how you use this strategy. If you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to message me. I'm more than happy to go through this again with you. And besides that, thank you for listening, and on to the next.